Hello everybody, today we'll be installing the Mark 23 Halo conversion kit. First thing you want to do is grab your front end with the Picatinny rail. Everything's already been installed, the screws and the nuts, so you don't need to worry about that. Grab your guard, insert it into the front end, grab your Mark 23 and insert it. There we go. And then you want to grab your M5 screw. It's the largest or the fattest screw that we have that's included. Go ahead and insert it into the trigger guard, in the hole in the trigger guard, and screw it in. Oops. Okay. Once that's in there, grab your rear end. Now this part's a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie, so watch carefully. You're gonna want to kind of go in at an angle, and then before you start riding up the rear end of the slide with the rear, you're gonna want to push this rear end towards you as you're pushing upwards. Okay, just like that. And if you've done it correctly, you'll notice the rear end sits flush with the slide. Okay, you may notice there's a little bit of a little gap right there, but don't worry, that's intentional. Okay, you just want to make sure that little extra line right there before it hits the complete bottom end of the slide is sitting flush with the rear end. So if you see, if your kit looks just like this, you're good. Okay, so the next step is optional, up to you whether or not you want to do this. The reason being is there may run a risk of scratching your slide. As you can see right there, I've already done so because I was quite careless when I was first installing this. But there is a way to prevent that from happening. The reason why this happens is there's slight tolerance differences from manufacturers. So sometimes it's avoidable, sometimes it's not. See, for me, it's pretty avoidable. But for you, if you do run into an issue of it going into your slide, screwing into your slide, make sure you, as you're screwing it down, push the screw downwards away from the slide, okay? This way it will not come into contact with the slide. It may be unavoidable, so it's up to you and your discrepancy. But this screw is here to prevent the slide from riding up, okay? Similarly to how we assembled it, that's the same way how you will disassemble it. You would pull it up, okay? Okay, and now all we have to do is install the viewfinder or the suppressor, depending on which you purchase, or if you purchase both, I will show you. We'll start with the viewfinder. As you can see, there's a little line right there that'll help you guide with the two holes. So once you guide it in there like so, you're gonna want to smack it. Okay, I don't think I've installed it correctly, but let me do that one more time. You want to line it up perfectly. Okay, it's kind of hard to do with the camera, so bear with me. Okay, there we go. Next step, make sure the holes are lined up, and then take your screws and insert them into there and screw them in. I'm not going to do so for the video, but it's up to you if you want to do that. For the suppressor, it's kind of similar. Before I insert the suppressor in there, there is a tube. Up to you if you want to use this. If you happen to have a square block of foam and you can somehow cut a hole to match up with the muzzle, that would be more ideal than using this. But if you do not have access to that, you can use this and cut up some foam or some sponges. That'll work just fine. Okay, there's a little groove in there where this will be inserted into. So go ahead and insert it in there like so. You can insert foam on the bottom and the top, and a little bit on the sides if you have room. Take your Mark 23, go ahead and insert it. And before you do anything else, make sure everything's lined up correctly, okay? Alright, and now you want to smack it in there because the tolerances are pretty tight. Alright, as you can see, now it's flush. The grooves and whatnot are flush with the front end of the kit. You want to make sure your holes line up as well. It's pretty important. Okay, and this is also optional if you want to use it or not. It's pretty tight on there. It's not going to come off easily because tolerances are pretty tight, but for those individuals that want a little extra sense of security, you can go ahead and screw these in there. Okay, and these are M5 screws. If you wish to find different screws that are not silver or look a little bit nicer, M5, I don't remember the length of these. I believe they're 8 millimeters, M5 by 8 millimeters. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for purchasing my kit, and if you have any issues, email me. I'll take care of any problems you guys have. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day.